Day 33, Dare 33. Love completes each other. If two lie down together, they keep warm. But how can one be warm alone? Ecclesiastes 4:11. God creates marriage by taking a man and a woman and uniting them as one. And although love must be willing to act alone if necessary, it's always better when it is not just a solo performance. Love can function on its own if there's no other way. But there is a more excellent way. 1 Corinthians 12:31. This completing aspect of love was revealed to mankind in the beginning. God originated the human race with a male and female, two similar but complementary designs meant to function in harmony. Our bodies are made for one another. Our natures and temperament provide balance. Our oneness can produce children, and our teamwork can best raise them both in honesty and maturity. Where one is weak, the other is strong. When one needs building up, the other is equipped to enhance and encourage. We multiply one another's joys and divide one another's sorrows. The scripture says, two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. For if either of them falls, the one will lift up the companion. But woe to the one who falls and there's not another to lift him up. Ecclesiastes 4:9 and 10. Although our differences can frequently be a source of misunderstanding and conflict, they have been created by God. They can be ongoing blessings if we respect them. One of you may be better at cooking, for instance, while the other is more thorough in cleaning the dishes. One may be more gentle and able to keep peace among family members, while the other handles discipline more directly and more effectively. One may have a good business head, but needs the other to help him to remember to be generous. When we learn to accept these distinctions in our mate, we can bypass criticism and go straight to helping and appreciating one another. But some can't get past their partner's differences, and they suffer many wasted opportunities as a result. One example from the Bible is Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor who presided over the trial of Jesus. Unaware of who Christ was and against his better judgment, he allowed the crowd to influence him to crucify Jesus. But the one person who was more sensitive to what was happening was Pilate's wife, who came to him at the height of the uproar and warned him that he was making a mistake. While he was sitting on the judgment seat, his wife sent him a message saying, "Have nothing to do with that righteous man. For last night I suffered greatly in a dream because of him." Matthew 27:19. She was apparently a woman of keen discernment who grasped the magnitude of what was happening before her husband did. But Pilate's dismissal of his wife's intuition reveals an unfortunate side to man's nature that is often downplayed. God made wives to complete their husbands, and he gives them insight that in many cases is kept from their man. If this discernment is ignored, it is often to the detriment of the man making the decisions. The effectiveness of your marriage is dependent upon both of you working together. Do you have a big decision to make about your finances or retirement planning? Are you having a real problem with a coworker who's getting harder and harder to deal with? And are you grappling with the appropriate actions to take? Are you absolutely convinced that your educational choices for your children are right no matter what your spouse thinks? Don't try doing all of the analysis yourself. Don't disqualify his or her right to voice an opinion on matters that affect both of you. Love realizes that God has put you together on purpose. And though you may wind up disagreeing with your spouse's perspective, you should still give their views respect and strong consideration. This honors God's designed for your relationship and guards the oneness that He intends. Joined together, you are greater than your independent parts. You need each other. You complete each other. Today's Dare. Recognize that your spouse is an integral part to your future success. Let them know today that you desire to include them in your upcoming decisions and that you need their perspective and counsel. If you have ignored their input in the past, admit your oversight and ask them to forgive you. I dare you. Now get to work.